Okay. Oh, there you are, Dawn. We can see you now. Excellent. Very good. So we're going to go ahead with our broadcast and begin our webinar. We see about 25 participants currently. So we are going to go ahead and begin. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gatosk. We're so thrilled to have you all join us this evening. And we thank you all for your time and attention in this, our very first Gatosk webinar. And the purpose of our webinar tonight is to introduce Gatosk. And during the webinar, we are going to be discussing the idea behind the company and Gatosk.com and how you are going to be able to benefit from Gatosk.com and our vision for that project. And your responsibilities as distributors or graphic designers with Gatosk. We are going to have a live panel where you guys will have the opportunity to ask us questions about the company, and we'll talk about Gatosk. And then we'll also have the opportunity to text questions in for those folks who are attending and would prefer to ask questions via text. Okay. So before we actually introduce everyone, I just want to give you some house rules for the webinar before we go forward. So for panelists who'd like to speak, if I could ask, just raise your hand before you go ahead and speak, and I'll let you know, I'll acknowledge you, and you can go ahead and we'll make sure that everybody speaks one person at a time so everyone can be understood. I'd like to go ahead and introduce, okay, good, everybody good? Thumbs up? We're all on the same page, excellent, okay, very good. Awesome. So let me introduce Joshua. He's the guy with the black hat. Josh is our senior marketing officer, our CMO. And Josh is a wonderful guy. You're going to love him. He's really easy to chat with and to talk with. He's my right-hand man. And we've been working together for 2 years. We've known each other since that time. And he has 10 years experience in internet marketing and retail management. So that's Josh. Thanks for the introduction. Appreciate that. And we also have Charles Andrade. Charles, hey Charles, is the founder of the company called TELUS Complete, which is a social networking business. Now I've known Charles for more than 2 years. He's a wonderful business partner. He's a great guy, Charles is. He's humble, he's just like Joshua, he's easygoing. And he is what's known as a multipreneur from Toronto, Canada. So Charles, really, really happy and honored to have you on board. And you're very familiar with webinars, is that right? Yeah. Okay. So looks like we've lost Bill. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hey, Bill. And now we've got Bill Anderson. And Bill is an experienced networker with over 28 years experience in network marketing. And he is a U.S. Navy disabled veteran. He's an actor. He's very outspoken and very good at presenting. So good to have you on the panel. How you doing? Very good, very good. Then we have Dawn. Dawn on the hey, Dawn. So Dawn is a home entrepreneur, and she lives in San Jacinto, California. And small world, we lived in the same town at one point in Riverside, California. She used to live there, I used to live there as well. And I believe it's her child that went to the same school that I actually went to, the California School for the Deaf in Riverside, right? Right, Don? Yeah, yeah. So really appreciate you being on the panel. Thanks so much. And then we've got Brian Hurtnecki. Brian is a prolific social media video marketer. He's awesome. He does lots of vlogs and has been doing vlogs and is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And he's also a member of the Deaf Gamers Network, which is known as DGN. So he does a lot of role-playing games online, multiple players, so very, very talented in that area. So, and we thank him for joining us tonight. And last but not least, we have Berlina Reynolds, who happens to be my sister. And she's here to give us support if needed with our sign language interpreting. And Berlina has experience also with network marketing, a touch, and has been involved with Ambit Energy. So, hey, Berlina. So, before we move into my remarks, if you guys have any things that you'd like to share, I want to give you an opportunity. Charles, you want to say something before we begin about Gatosk?
Absolutely. Thank you to our CEO, Mr. Raymond Merritt, who's worked so hard on this company for over a year. He actually came to visit me here in Toronto late last year. It was a tremendous visit. I could see his vision in person. The passion was extraordinary, and his counterpart, Joshua, thank you for all that you're doing. I know this company was slated for success back then, and what you've done between then and now has been extraordinary. I've run several companies, and I've helped to develop even more. And I knew as soon as you came to us and asked for my help to market your company and try to grow the distributor base, that this was a winner. And it wasn't just because you were doing something new in the network marketing field, but it's because of the time you took to plan out everything with precision. You wrote the documentation out. You actually put thought into the design, the texture, the ambiance within the company. You have a good corporate culture starting here. I can tell everyone on this panel is very loyal, and this is going to be the start of something just amazing. So thank you for inviting me. I'm very, very happy to be part of it.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Charles. Yeah, I actually did go and visit him at his home last year. Really beautiful place in Toronto, and you know, before we met, we had been online for 2 years. We'd never met in person, so that was our first opportunity to meet. And he actually looked exactly as I expected when I met him in person. So that was really cool. And he's a great person. So and he's got a cat, as I recall. And I got to tell you, he's one of the most hospitable guys I've ever met. I had no idea that he had so many people following him, thousands and thousands and thousands of people following him online. So we're really, really fortunate to have him. We look up to having him here. And I personally consider him my mentor. So thanks, Charles. Joshua speaking. Just want to say that, we have a great team put together. We all have a great deal of passion. We're all working really hard. We have been working really hard. And we all get that vision, right? We know that 97% of people out there who try to begin their own businesses fail. So we got together and we decided to put our resources together and brainstorm and come up with a true solution that we believe is going to be very successful. So Joshua works remotely out of his home from Idaho. And the rest of us are actually here in Maryland. So we also have independent contractors that work actually all over the United States and across the globe. We have about 4 employees and, well, 4 to 8 independent contractors. We've signed up about that number so far. Anyway, I'd like to go ahead and talk a little bit about what Gatosk is. Gatosk is actually a hub for both e-commerce and advertising. Web shoppers and advertisers both are our customers. And Gatosk, oh, looks like we lost Dawn. Oh no, looks like we lost someone. But anyway, Gatosk is turning into a full-service, multilingual e-commerce site to give folks the opportunity to market their merchandise on demand, both web-based and also through our web store. Now, remember that internet marketing itself is one form of direct selling, and it's taken off because of this information age, right? Network marketing has really been on the rise, and it's a unique network marketing model because, you know, we believe that it's the best way to find customers. And we're going to use a narrow forced matrix, which we call the 1.5 grid. And that is how we are going to drive our sales. Our plan is patent pending in the United States, and we've also applied for the international patent protections. Joshua says, yeah, that's awesome. So freelance graphic designers and distributors who are drawn into this online POD store will be able to contribute graphic designs and then drive web traffic and refer customers. Because, you know, people, you know, enjoy the opportunity to people will enjoy Gatosk for its incredible products and its user interface and its monetary value. And it's got a very unique compensation plan. Now, I also want to tell you about Gatosk.com. Gatosk stands for Opportunity Gatosk. And it's geared toward distributors and graphic designers, advertisers, and the like. Gatosk will be where our 1.5 grid genealogies, our marketing suite, and our advertising campaign center and distributors' account profiles will all be found. There's going to be 5 different ways to earn with Gatosk. One is going to be direct selling commissions. One is going to be graphic design commissions. One is going to be grid commissions, matching bonuses, and then the last one is rank advancements. Now, the income projections shown in Gatosk.com and in our Gatosk compensation plan are extraordinary. It's never been Gatosk's intention to guarantee you of a particular level of income. The design is to give you an idea of what's possible and what the earning potential could be. And I want to make it very clear that Gatosk is not an investment. We're not an investment company at all. The service packages at Gatosk.com will include store credits for apparel purchases, for advertising credits, for advertising your product or service, and other advertising tools. And we are following the Direct Selling Association Code of Ethics. Namely, no independent distributor of a company shall engage in any deceptive, false, unethical, or unlawful consumer or recruiting practice. Member companies shall ensure that no statements or promises are made that are likely to mislead customers or prospective distributors. Independent distributors at Gatosk will have responsibilities including providing accurate and truthful information regarding the price, quality, and income claims. Independent graphic designers at Gatosk will have a responsibility to follow all copyright rules. Okay. What I'd like to do is move to questions and answers from the panel. So I'm going to open the floor now to our panelists, and you're free to ask us what you'd like. We will answer it to the best of our ability, and then if there are any comments, we'll be happy to go ahead with text questions from our webinar members. Let's see, Charles. Looks like we've lost you, Charles. Charles, it looked like Charles was oh, there you are. There you
I'm
are.
here. I heard every word. And just so everyone knows, the K in Gatosk is silent. so be aware, it's a silent K. That's so cool. This is the best name for a company ever. Okay. So, you know, when I look at a company and decide, do I want to make a move on it and bring it to my team? Bill, can you mute up for a second? Because it's very loud. Thank you. When I make a decision to make a move with our team to a company, there's a whole bunch of different factors that we look at. I mean, for example, you guys have a very unique product, very good, solid leadership. But in your words, what makes Gatosk better than all the other new launches that are coming out there? What kind of stability can you forecast for the company so that if we bring our teams into this company, it will last for a long time? We know that you will be here for decades. Thank you.
Okay, a very good question. Very good question. Josh, maybe you want to answer that? Well, yeah, I'll do my best, sure. Well, we're providing vendors an opportunity to learn how to market themselves through Gatosk University. We've got video modules that people will be able to utilize, and it's been created by our strong passion to help people to learn how to advertise and how to market themselves and how to create their business structure. They'll have those materials available to them, and that's key to making sure that your business is stable and successful. That's true. That's very true. And if I can expand on that, in terms of support, Gatosk University is going to provide continual support and tools. So our members who come into the back office, who you're not going to actually see at Gatosk University, you'll see when we get our new website open this fall and gone live, you'll see everything Gatosk University has to offer, including the very strong support modules that we've got there. So Josh made a really good point, and Charles had a great question in terms of stability. It's the support that we're going to offer that's going to lend itself to this stability, and it's also going to make sure that we've got the venture capital to keep the business stable and to back us up. Now, we've fundraised over $225,000 to date, and almost $250,000 if you think about it. So we've got money to move forward and get this company up and rolling. Our products with the apparel lines that we've chosen are really top of the line. I mean, if you look at some of the stuff that we've chosen and you want to create custom orders in bulk, the companies that we've chosen, you know, you're able to actually order all the way down to one single shirt, which is nice when you look at other companies and the ones that force you to order in bulk. So, excellent question. Appreciate it. Bill, did you have a question?
You know, I sure do have a question for you. So how do you see Gatosk evolve over the first few months in the first year? Gatosk evolve over the first few months in the first year. How do you see that?
Okay, also a very good question. The way that we envision is, the way that we envision this is over the next few months, this 1.5 grid is going to really be the compensation plan that we are going to have as our foundation. This is the way we see internet marketing going. This is going to work beautifully for us.
That's fantastic.
Graphic designers, advertisers are going to be able to see their money from that end of the business, and customers are going to be able to really see what people have to offer. And also, customer support is going to be top of the line as well. Going on the rest of the year, what we envision is a focus on providing more support to our distributors so that they can market their top of the line materials. They can go to exhibits, they can go to conferences, they can set booths up. You know, a lot of people do a lot of these conferences, but they don't have materials to provide. And we're going to help them provide the materials to really market their business. This is something else that we see coming along in the next year. We're also looking at expanding our own space. Currently, we have 1,000 square feet in here in our internet offices. And what we're looking at is expanding to over 10,000 square feet. So, well, maybe not 10,000, maybe even 100,000 distributors in the next year. So at that point, we clearly are going to need more space ourselves. So this is what our vision is over the next year. Did that answer your question, sir?
That was fabulously done. Thank you so much. And Dr. Merritt and Joshua and Verlina and all the people on the panel tonight, fantastic webinar here. And I hope everyone takes heed at what we're talking about tonight. Congratulations to us all.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Dawn. Dawn, did you have a question for us?
Yeah, I do. And actually, before I say that, I just wanted to say that my daughter, who is hard of hearing, was born in Baltimore, Maryland. Funny, right? So
oh,
I would
wow.
like to know what
that
your,
is funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to know what your short, medium, and long-term battle plan is.
Okay, yeah, another very good question. Difficult question, but and probably a long answer. We do have a plan. Short term is, again, focusing on the 1.5 grid and standing that up. That's our baby. That's our goal. That's what we want to see work out and get stood up. Pulling together the distributors. We have 4 audiences, remember. We've got distributors, we've got web purchasers, we've got the actual advertisers, and I think I hit all 4. So we want to make sure that we're meeting the needs and interacting with each one of these individual audiences. We're hoping to do that in our first year. When you're talking about our medium range goals, what we see ourselves doing is looking at the possibilities of expanding and having mini franchises. We envision setting up these small, what we are calling mobile sites, for people to be able to sell the apparel and actually do the printing on site right there. So people will literally walk up to a booth, be able to order something, and in an hour get their shirt or a piece of apparel back. And every piece of apparel that we print from beginning to end takes about 2 minutes. Really maybe between 2 to 5 minutes, depending on the shirt. Really, from the point of order to the point of actually processing it, to the point that it actually pops out of our printer. So once we get these mobile sites set up, people will be able to do that. They'll be able to set up kiosks in malls. And something that's more unique with Gatos than any of these other companies out there, franchises, is that they are not at all involved with internet marketing. And what we have done is we have overlaid internet and franchise marketing underneath the same commission plan, this 1.5 grid, meaning that if a customer wants to go to a store, one of your kiosks set up in a mall, and wants to purchase one of these pieces of apparel, so their information is then fed into the system, and their account is generated, and it'll begin showing up in the 1.5 grid. And at that point, that's when the compensation really begins to grow. That's our medium range plan. In terms of our long range goal, our long range plan, we're seeing Gatos grow into a very large conglomerate. And we're looking to pursue real estate business investments and possibly link up with translation services. We're actually planning to have another business created, which is digital video with translation services. So we'd be able to put captioning on YouTube. And that at that point, we'd be able to merge Gatos with that part of the business. So I know it's a really long answer, but I hope I answered your question, Dawn. Awesome, very good. Okay, next question. Okay. So in terms of creating your shirts, are you able to design your own shirt and then market it on your own page? Josh is saying that yes, graphic designers are able to customize their own shirts, their own designs, and be able to put up pictures of their own families. They'll be able to create medals like the one I've got behind me, medallions, and they'll be able to market those through a marketing link on the website. People will be able to see it online. People will be able to see it through their smartphones. People will even be able to order in bulk and go out and sell on their own in the community. So the possibilities are really out there. They're endless. Because you can be out there selling in public. People are going to see what this stuff is that you've got. And then they're going to hear the name Gatos, and that's going to start to spread. Very good, thank you. So thanks for that question, Brian. Okay, Bill, you've got your hand up.
How can our affiliates become more involved with Gatos?
So by affiliates, you mean distributors, is that correct?
That would be correct.
Right, so and your question is how can they become more involved with Gatos? Excellent question. In terms of being more involved, it's going to be marketing yourselves on the internet. We are an internet company, right? So people who aren't on the internet or using computers are probably not going to be the right audience for Gatos distributors. So folks who do have computers are going to be the ones you're going to want to go after. And I would encourage you, if you want to get more involved, is to check the logins in your back office. Check from time to time to see what your web traffic looks like. Because we do have advertising space, and that'll help you to be able to check what your traffic is. And we're also going to keep you updated. The system is going to be able to once we get the franchise up and going, people are going to be able to open your own franchise if you're interested. And at that point, what you should do is contact us, sit down, share your vision with us, and how you feel your businesses are going to work well with Gatos. And we'll have franchise trainings that'll be able to help folks expand their individual businesses. The other thing to think about is that in terms of affiliates, you can actually help Gatosk by creating booths, attending conferences, attending exhibits, and meeting the community face-to-face. Because remember, like I said, we're both internet-based and also live, in-person, face-to-face. So what you want to try and do is have both of these approaches. You may find that one works better for you than the other. So Josh, I don't know if you had anything you wanted to add to that? No. Okay. All right. Very good. Bill, did I answer your question?
That was an excellent answer. And yes, you did. And I want to just say one more thing. I really tell you the quality and the work that's been put into Gatosk is incredible. So don't take this lightly, who's ever watching right now and who will be seeing this soon. This is something you need to get involved with.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Berlina, do you have a question?
How do we pay for our monthly fees? What do we pay for that?
Well, you can use a credit card. You can use automatic deduction or for renewals. So you mean auto renewal? Is that right, Josh? Yeah, auto renewals. You can just set it up to be auto renewals directly through your credit card. And we take MasterCard. We take Visa. Correct. That's correct. Yeah. Now I know that some of you have asked me if we use Amex, and at this point we are not. We don't know that we're going to be using Amex, but at this point you can definitely use MasterCard and Visa, and because we're on the eWall platform, and they're the ones that accept MasterCard and Visa. So the eCommerce platform. I apologize. And if you want to subscribe to our service package, you can always upgrade or downgrade. Depends on what you're interested in, and you can do that at any time. So thank you, Berlina. Anybody out there have any more questions? It looks like we are at about 60 attendees out there. So I'm wondering if anybody has any questions from the gallery. Any questions out there before we move ahead to our text questions? No, we're good? Okay, very good, very good. Oh, okay. Yep, Bill?
I think this is one probably Charles would have asked, but how often do they get paid?
Ah, yes. Okay, excellent question. So we're going to be paying every 2 weeks, bi-weekly. Every 2 weeks.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that.
And it's going to be through the eWall program. Probably direct bank transfers, or the ACH transfer. So it'll be coming from Gatosk, I think, to the eWall system, and then it'll go directly to your bank. Yeah, so all you have to do is set your information up in eWall,